Did somebody say sim racing stewards? No? Oh. Anyway, welcome back to Drivey Crashy Was It My Faulty, the series where I go over the awesome sim racing stewards subreddit, look through the instance and give my decision as an amateur racing steward. If you don't know me, my name's Jimmy. I've been sim racing for roughly 40,000 years and recently transitioned to real life racing, so I try and use some of that experience here to, I don't know, give some sort of good insight. Sometimes I do. So first video up is from Deleted. I love that guy. I got called a POS and a dirty driver for this move. Did I do something wrong here? Let's find out, you piece of shit. So we're at VIR, we're coming up to a double right-hander here. We go for the move up the inside, we're quite far back, we're now fully alongside. Nice move, we're there. It's the next right-hander. Was that it? So I'm guessing the title was referring to the guy in the white and blue car in front of us, which to me, I'm not quite sure what his problem was. Fair overtake, left the door open. Go up to it, plenty of room. Actually a very, very kind overtake. I've seen much worse overtakes that have been illegal than that. And it just seems that this guy got a little bit scared at the idea of someone racing him online in a racing game. My God, is he alright? If you or anyone you love have been affected by this video and the idea of actually racing someone in the racing game, please call this number on screen. 1-800-KISS-MY... Nothing wrong there. Guy in the white and blue car, just stop it. This one here posted by Buddha and says, was I too aggressive? I'm the black BMW, and the thumbnail is just both of them in the wall. Let's find out. So we're at the Nürburgring. Great circuit. Going through Schradenkreuz, one of the fastest corners on the track. Sort of setting up for the inside here. Porsche goes defensive. Nice. We're now going around Arenberg. Long right-hander. Oh. That's a bit more difficult. Oh, okay. Porsche driver just went down in my book. We've got another POV here on board in the BMW. Plenty of room on the inside. Car still there. Still giving plenty of room. So the important bit of this, for me, is here. We're going into the corner. We are side by side. Now, a lot of rule books dictate that if a car is significantly alongside, which is as it is here. At this point, the Porsche needs to give space to the BMW on the outside and vice versa. You need to make sure you both get through this corner in one piece. So we come through the corner now. The BMW actually is ahead at this point. So the Porsche driver would have definitely have seen him now. You go around the outside. Now the BMW driver does squeeze a little bit here, but there is no contact. And actually we start pulling back out the corner again. But at this point, the guy on the inside just opens the throttle and is driving to this curb out here, and basically is going to run this guy off the circuit. To be honest, if it was me, I'd probably give it racing incident because it's just hard racing, and the result of the contact is because of iRacing's netcode and collision system and how the cars sort of stick together and then one gets yeeted off into existence. But after the crash, the Porsche driver does this. Which to me throws the whole rest of it out the window and puts this guy in immediate prison. He's going straight to jail. You can't do that. That's an intentional retaliation. A lot of people call it an intent wreck. And that's basically him saying, well, you know what? If I was a steward and I saw that in one of my races, I would park the driver straight away. DQ, you're out of the race. There's no room for that in sim racing or in real racing either. So I sentence you to waiting for a Rensport closed beta key. The Painted Passport post 2 weeks ago saying, I am new to motorsports and sim racing. This is my first win. Well, congratulations, man. Always remember your first one. My first win was in my second race in iRacing. In my first race, I was crashed out on a straight line by a very angry South African man, and it scared me away from iRacing for about 2 weeks. Anyway, this is us. I think we're at Oschersleben here. I guess I'm not familiar with this track. Goes out wide there. We're very late on the brakes. Inside. A little bit, maybe a tiny bit of contact between the cars there, but up into position. Now, was that aggressive? Yes. Was it okay? Yeah. So let's watch it back and break it down. So the guy in blue brakes fairly early, brakes in this line here. We brake just by that, use that momentum to get alongside. And at this point, the guy in the blue car actually sees you coming, and you can see he turns the wheel a little bit, turns out of the corner. So at this point, you're well alongside, although covered by this blue bar. And now the corner's yours to do with as you please. And what you do here is pretty much textbook. You drive out to the outside of the road, try and take that space. This is almost perfect, this pass, in fact. But I would say it was a little bit rude. And as you climb up the rankings in iRacing, people aren't going to afford you that same room. People aren't going to turn out of the corner as much. They're going to stay there, stay committed, and you're probably going to be responsible for causing a crash. So in my mind, it's a great move because you pulled it off, but that doesn't happen all the time. Shmee the F1 fan says, I am the 15 Canada car. Was the T11 incident my fault? And was the T1 incident necessary? Do I protest? I already know what's going to happen here. We're going to the last corner. Canada car on the inside. Bad. Bad from the Canada car. Not good. This car brakes pretty late, turns into the corner, and the Canada car is kind of not really anywhere. We say significantly alongside. Here, I wouldn't count that. It's not quite there yet. And it looks like the trajectory of this car isn't going to be making the corner. I mean, you're on the inside here. You've got to brake for that sharper angle. That's the bad thing about being on the inside of a corner when trying to overtake or defend, is you're having to take a sharper angle into the corner. This guy's got the line, he's ahead. He's entitled to sort of come across a bit. But I'd say this initial incident is on the number 15 car. Not intentional, I don't think, but intentional doesn't free you from blame. I think a lot of people confuse that sometimes, saying, well, I didn't mean to. So, well, it doesn't matter if you didn't mean to. You still did it. You're still in control of the car. Oh, the rejoin here, pretty terrible. But I get a feeling at this point, this guy's just seen the red mist, because I think I know what's going to happen next.
I've contained my rage for as long as possible.
Yep. Oh, it's a good pun. Oh, it's good. It's good. How much air did that guy get then? Whoa. To sum that up, that incident is you're going to get banned for that. So no matter what's happened previously, if you intentionally crash into a car in iRacing, the sporting code is pretty strict. You're just going to get a holiday, as they call it, probably a couple of week ban. Definitely not necessary, definitely very stupid, but the first incident was 100% on the Canada car. That'll probably give him some sort of penalty, time penalty in real life for that contact and for spinning the other car. But this guy, bad rejoin, and then I sentence you guys to kiss and make up. Arbitrary Ranger says, driver in turquoise Porsche, place the blame on me, verdict. Okay. That was varying levels of stupid there. Let's break it down, because my IQ's just dropped by about 10 points watching that. So first of all, don't be this guy. Don't be this guy on a turquoise car. You're coming out the pit lane. You're not on a fast lap. You have access to a mirror in the sim in iRacing, and something called a relative, which shows you how far the car behind you is. So if you look at those two things, you'll know there's a car coming up behind you pretty quickly. So this guy, the guy we're on board with, sees the guy coming up the pit lane. Now this is abysmal, by the way. You cannot do this. Road America, which if you're familiar with that circuit, this has a very, very long straight into this braking zone here. We're at max speed, over 160 miles an hour in this Porsche Cup car here. I feel like I'm victim blaming a bit here with the guy we're on board with, but it's just so, like, okay, now I'm going to just drive into the back of him. It looks intentional, I think, from that point of view. Looks like he went, well, you've ruined my lap, I'm going to ruin you. The way I would handle it is almost like it's real life. If you were driving this car in real life and someone came up the pit lane and blocked you, would you then gas up and go into the back of them and write off both your cars? No, probably not. Now, I'm aware this isn't real life, but the whole idea of sim and sim racing is to get as close to that real life experience as possible. And iRacing of the sims is probably the most stringent when it comes to rules and regulations. So in this situation, just let off. Hit the brake pedal early. I know it sucks. This guy is definitely in the wrong, the guy in the turquoise car. This is one of the stupidest things I've seen in this video so far. But crashing into him isn't going to help your practice or your qualifying or whatever's happening here. It's better just to try and drive for your brain sometimes and not get frustrated by people. Environmental Suite says, green car says I ran into him. F1 livery detected. Oh, they've both got F1 liveries. This is only going to end badly. Contact on the back straight of Sebring. Looks like both cars got away with it, so they're obviously racing hard. Oh, voice chat's getting rowdy. Nice move there from the guy in the Jag livery. Round the outside. Hits the bump though.
Hey, bro, watch your jet.
Oh, all right.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
No more it ain't. So, the first contact, let's look at that. Now, luckily, we have this thing. We can see, using this line, which car moves where. So let's look at the Jordan. Well, the not Jordan. Jordan's going straight. Jordan's going straight. Jordan's going straight. Jordan's going straight. So what happens there is the Jaguar starts to try and squeeze the not Jordan to the inside to try and give them a worse line into the last corner. You're allowed to squeeze people in racing, as long as you don't end up altering their line or hitting them. That is on the Jaguar. Don't think it's intentional. As for the second incident, let's have another look. This is all this guy. It's all the guy in the green car. Every bit of contact you've seen in this video has been because of the guy in the green car. We are right up against the white line, which is meant to be the limit of the course, but iRacing allows you to go up to the wall if you want to. Guy comes across, touches us once, that's net code, but it is still contact. And us as the, again, we go right to the left-hand side. We can't go any further left than this, over this white line. Guy comes back again, hits us again, and spins us. So, for me, that's 100% on the guy in the Jaguar liveried car. Just bad spatial awareness from him. Is this allowed? ACC. ACC is not allowed. Sorry, Jardia. Well, I'm going to have to mute that because that's got some Eurobeat in it. Editor, give us some appropriate music. So we're at the Nürburgring, or the Nordschleife, the ACC recently released. I have a video on that, by the way, if you're interested. It's up here somewhere. Oh, he's turned his lights off! Initial D style. Now you can see straight away the marshals there actually had a flag out, the black and orange flag, which means mechanical defect. The guy in front, where's this guy gone? And we're back by them. What happened is this guy basically just turned his lights off to try and confuse the guy in the mirror. So when you don't have your lights off at night and you're the car in front, you would not be able to see this car behind you. You have no idea where they are at this point. The car in front is so just disturbed by that he ends up making a mistake at one of the fastest corners in the circuit, goes into the wall, we go by, turn our lights on, and pretend nothing happened. Very cool, very imaginative, definitely not allowed. I sentence you to a month without anime. So, Key Organisation says, the guy said I braked too early, should I have been a little later on the brakes? So before I start, I'm going to highlight something here. Now that is the racing line is on. The reason I bring it up, in conjunction with the fact that we're in a Mazda at what looks like Okayama, means we're in a rookie series. And in the rookie series, there are going to be people who have not done sim racing for a long time or at all racing against you. So you have to sort of expect it to be, how can I put this, unpredictable. The braking, oh. Well, I've just been killed from behind. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's terrible. So my guy actually brakes on the iRacing line here. This guy, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He has all this circuit here. All of this circuit to not hit this guy. However, he goes, you know what, I'm going to hit this guy. Literally drives into the back of him and collects him. Let me dispel something. There is technically no such thing as braking too early. You can brake whenever the hell you like for a corner, but be prepared for people to possibly not predict that and then drive into the back of you. The whole idea about racing is being fast, safe and predictable. And here, the guy in the sort of weird blue car, he chose to at the last minute come across, take the racing line, there was a car already there, and then drive into the back of him. 1,000,000% on the blue car, green and white car, don't worry about it, bro. You're still learning. I sentenced the guy in the blue car to be shouted at by the same scary South African guy that terrified me in my first ever race in iRacing. Was this a bad rejoin, or am I dumb thinking the car in front would keep backing up? So let's have a look. God's sake. So to answer your question, yeah, it's a pretty bad rejoin because this guy's reversed back onto the circuit and just sort of sat there, I think, trying to engage the gear. However, you ain't getting away from this one. You're full throttle until here. The yellow flag saying there's a car in front, and you can see the car in front spun on the circuit, but you wait until here doing 103 miles per hour literally meters from the car in front to go, yeah, you know what, actually, I better avoid this guy. Think about your race. Think about surviving. Yes, it sucks to lose time because of a guy in front of you making a mistake. That's not your fault. But would you rather lose, I don't know, 2-3 seconds, or... This one by Ethan's called Lap 2, 4 Hours of Nürburgring. So we're going on the back straight here, out of bar work. Very fun, fast section in real life. Oh, there are cars. Oh, what's happened up here? Oh, we're still going. Guys, sponsored by Moser. Sponsored by Moser Racing, guys. This video is sponsored by Moser Racing. Fantastic. Oh, it's happened again. It's happened again. So, from about here, we can see there is a crash up ahead on lap 2 of the 4 Hours of Nürburgring. There's a crash. My guy is flat. He's flat, he's flat, he's flat, he's still flat, he's still flat. He's flat until here. He's flat until here. This gives him 0 maneuverability. Now, did this guy do the stupid by moving across the circuit? Yes, he did do the stupid, but he's going about 200 kilometers an hour slower. The guy we're on board with. What's going through your brain? What do you think is going to happen here? I'm going to miraculously just go through this and be fine? You've got to race to your surroundings. You've got to race to what's going on around you. If you just start driving like this, where you're just shooting every gap, making every low percentage move, then eventually it's going to catch up with you on lap 2 of the 4 Hours of Nürburgring. I don't really need to take the judgment for this because both of you got the punishment you deserved instantly. Just think. Just think about what you're doing. What this guy should have done is got on the brakes and slowed the car down by about 50-75 kph. I know that's going to cost him and he's going to lose time there, but he's going to go beyond lap 2 of the race. This is a 4-hour race. You can come back from that. You can't come back from this. All because you refuse to slow down for a yellow flag. Anyway, that was the latest episode of Sim Racing Stewards. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, ton of fun doing these. I very much enjoy them. As I always say in these videos, go down into the link below. Check out the Sim Racing Stewards subreddit. Very cool community, especially if you're looking to try and clean up your racing a little bit. Some good people there giving good advice. And if you have anything to say on any of the instances here I recorded, feel free to let me know in the comments. I don't get them all right. I get a few of them wrong quite often. So let me know in the comments below your opinions on the instance you've seen today. Take care, have an awesome day. Stop hitting each other. Slow down for yellow flags, for crying out.